Hi everyone, I'm excited for you to learn more about the Evidence-Based Practice Application, or EBP. This application is one that we always hear from CTs, administrators, and grads how valuable they find this process to be in helping them to be more prepared for annual reviews, if you're a member of your school's MTSS team, or providing interventions for future students. Resources that you will use to help complete this application can be found in your 391 course under the tab EBP Documents. The actual EBP application is graded as part of SED 390, however, where it counts as 40% of your SED 390 grade. This application is broken into 4 stages that I'll tell you a bit more about now. You will also see that the commentary, or place where you type your answers to guiding questions, is also broken into these stages, as well as the pre-plan you complete. Again, all of these documents can be found in that tab on 391. For the EBP application, you will be given a very detailed, in-depth case study that's actually based off a real student that a previous field-based candidate worked with to complete this application. In Stage 1, you will first analyze the detailed case study. You should be extremely familiar with the information, just as you would be well-versed with an actual student you were working with. From the case study, you will complete the ISIL matrix. Research tells us that one tool that can assist schools in their quest to sample information from a broad range of sources and to investigate all likely explanations for a student's academic or behavioral needs is the Riot ISIL matrix. This matrix helps schools to work effectively and quickly to decide what relevant information to collect on a student's academic performance and behavior, and also how to organize that information to identify probable reasons why the student is not experiencing academic or behavioral success. The 4 key domains of learning will be assessed in Stage 1 when you complete the ISIL: the instruction, curriculum, environment, and learner. In doing this, you will then develop assessment questions you hope to answer when you design your Riot assessment plan. In Stage 1, the products you will complete include that ISIL matrix, your Riot assessment plan, and the commentary responses that correlate to Stage 1. You can also find that rubric number 1 and number 2 correlate to Stage 1 and can help you to make sure you're including everything you need. During Stage 1, you will briefly have a quick check with your coordinators. In Stage 2, you will draft the intervention plan. Again, using the same case study and actual assessment evidence previously collected by a candidate, you will analyze the data they collected. In doing so, you will complete the Riot matrix. The Riot table includes 4 potential sources of student information: the record reviews, the interviews, the observations, and tests. We should attempt to collect information from a range of sources to control for potential bias from any one source. These sources will help you to answer the assessment questions you previously developed. After you are able to analyze the Riot, you will then propose an evidence-based intervention you think would best help the case study learner make gains towards their goals. You will learn about multiple sources where you can find evidence-based interventions in module. Then the intervention you select should be connected to research and theory. In Stage 2, you will complete the Riot matrix, the Stage 2 commentary, and a detailed pre-plan. You will bring this completed pre-plan to a meeting with your coordinator. Rubric 3 and 4 also correspond to Stage 2. If you need additional information on the ISIL or Riot matrix, those will be located in your EBP Documents tab as well. In Stage 3, you will continue to develop the intervention you selected in Stage 2 and had approved during your pre-planned meeting. At this stage, you will develop, create, and provide the materials needed for the intervention you selected as if you were going to use this intervention with the case study student. You will create the planned materials such as data collection tools, data tracking tables, reinforcement materials, and reinforcement data collection tools, and the assessments and the data recording process that you would utilize. In this stage, your products will include the Stage 3 commentary, the artifacts you create to correlate to your intervention, and a presentation of your intervention. You will complete this presentation during Module to your peers. A separate presentation rubric and checklist of what should be included in your presentation can be found in your manual. This will be a really great way for you to build your teacher toolbox, hearing about multiple interventions which may be used with future students you have. Your presentation will be scored in Module using the presentation rubric, and then you can also use rubrics 5, 6, and 7 to help self-evaluate and plan for what you need to include in Stage 3. After Module, you will be given the case study intervention and the data that previous candidate we spoke about actually selected and took with the case study learner. Your intervention may not match the intervention the previous candidate selected, and that's just fine. This will again help you to learn about multiple interventions that can be used for a student's area of need. Finally, in Stage 4, you will analyze the case study supporting data artifacts that I mentioned. During this stage, you will need to analyze what data from the intervention should be placed in the data table, create a graph of the student's progress using the intervention, and describe the success of the intervention. You will also determine the strengths and areas of need that become evident, as well as describe adjustments or changes to the intervention, data collection methods, and the next steps that should be taken. Those decisions will also need to be connected to research and theory. In Stage 4, you will produce the artifacts I described as well as the Stage 4 commentary. You will also utilize rubrics 8, 9, and 10 in Stage 4. As a note, rubric 11, the professional writing and professional presentation, applies throughout your entire EBP application. I can't wait to see what interventions you select for your learners.